Hello everyone, welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Gyökeres' transfer truth to Barcelona has finally been revealed, and obviously he has been linked to Barcelona, and I'm obviously gonna be building it up for you from where it started to where it has gonna head to obviously reach. So smash the like button, comment and share. So we will obviously do the needful. So please do the needful and smash like button like no other, and do the needful and see to it that all goes on well as planned in here onto what we call the Rokani Media Football. Now, it was Jose Alvarez who came up and obviously went ahead to obviously report this story. He works for El Chinguitino TV, and this is what he had to say about this deal of Gyökeres to the side of Barcelona. He said the following: that in the coming hours, movements are expected regarding Gyökeres to Barcelona. Gyökeres is considered an alternative after Ferran Torres' departure, and his situation will be explored. Now, we all know to it that a man known as Ferran Torres went ahead to obviously leave the side of Barcelona, and he's no longer there. And he has gone ahead to join PSG, and he had his reasons that, to me, I thought he was asking for so much according to what he offers to the side of Barcelona, because he was claiming that Barcelona needed to show me that they need me. And I was like, has he put out enough evidence for Barcelona to need him? You know, some people, when you come out and really score a goal, you know, when you come up and obviously score a goal, when you come up and obviously score a goal in the World Cup final, that doesn't make you an exceptional player, you know, because you've not contributed to the World Cup. No, you understand? What of Rodri? He has really gone ahead to play almost in that tournament, really looking the main man in there for you. So scoring a goal in the World Cup final, to me, doesn't make sense and doesn't really add up. So all what I really believe in this is that the side of Barcelona had to let this guy go. Good enough, they got 50 million euros. I think they bought him 60 from Man City, and they've gotten 50 back. So I think they can use that 50 to obviously see to it that they really get in more and more players at the club of Barcelona. So 50 million euros, you know, you understand that they already had money to bring in Julian Alvarez, meaning that they might be looking out to bring in another striker. He might not be the main striker, but they might be looking out for another striker to obviously come and really do the job. And Viktor Gyökeres has been put in the picture. Now, Viktor Gyökeres is a man who came in through the side of Barcelona, so the side of Arsenal last season, and he played 13 games. In the Champions League, he scored 5 goals and had 1 assist. Those are 6 goal involvements. Then Premier League went ahead to obviously play 36 games, and he went ahead to obviously have 14 goals in there for you with 1 assist, meaning those were 19 goals and 2 assists. Then 1 goal in the AFL Cup and 1 goal in what we call the FA Cup, taking his tally of goals to 21. And how many assists? He went ahead, obviously, have 3 assists in there for you. 24 goal contributions in there for you. That is a man known as Viktor Gyökeres for you. So, as it stands right now, the side of Viktor Gyökeres has put out a very big show at the club of Arsenal. And Barcelona are like, you want to offer him to Atletico Madrid to obviously get Julian Alvarez. Let's obviously try to get him through and see to it that we stand in between this deal and see to it that he comes to our side, such that we really stop the deal of Julian Alvarez happening, because Barcelona is still pushing for Julian Alvarez. And the departure of Ferran Torres means that there has to be another player who has to come in through to do the job in that second fiddle role of a striker. Their main striker search is all about, or their main striker target is Julian Alvarez. And even if Gyökeres goes ahead to obviously join the club of Barcelona, there is no way the deal of the deal of Alvarez to Barcelona will obviously go ahead to come to an end. So as it stands, let's see how things really pan out in here. But I want to let you know that we are obviously going to be having a very big push in here for you. So from there, we obviously have to get to the other developments. It was the first development, and then we went ahead to obviously get in Glongari. Glongari works for TV Dele Sport and came out and obviously said, you guys, you are jokers. You are jokers. This is what I get from Barcelona. He said, there is no chance of completing a transfer deal for Viktor Gyökeres to Barcelona. Barcelona's alternative plan, I know it's not Gyökeres. So, Barcelona might be considering to bring in an alternative, but their alternative plan is not Viktor Gyökeres. And that is what we are getting in through from a man called Glongari. Then the man FABRIZIO Romano has come up and obviously put the final nail in the coffin, and he has said that regarding the possibility of selling Viktor Gyökeres to join Barcelona this summer, what I can tell you after checking this information is that Arsenal has received no calls or any direct contact from Barca regarding Viktor Gyökeres. So FABRIZIO Romano, when he had this story being put out, he was like, let me do the due diligence and call the agent of Viktor Gyökeres. Let me call people at Barcelona. Let me call the intermediaries that I think can obviously be well versed with this. And guess what he got? There is no anything close to a contact, for a team known as Barcelona looking out for this guy. So all what we are hearing right now might be a story being cooked up by Barcelona to put Julian Alvarez on pressure. That you have to come to Barcelona. If not, we are getting in alternatives. And this is not the first player that Barcelona has been linked up to ever since the deal of Julian Alvarez stalled. They were linked to Luis Suarez, who is a replacement for Gyökeres at Sporting Lisbon, 1. 2, they were linked to a guy called Lautaro Martinez, his fellow national teammate, in there for you. So that really speaks volumes on what exactly is happening at Barcelona. Now, Viktor Gyökeres, they've been linked to Benjamin Sesko in there for you. So very many strikers in this world, Barcelona has been linked to them. Victor Osimhen is among the strikers that have been linked to the side of Barcelona. So when you look at Arsenal right now, there are stories that they're interested in in Victor Osimhen. And I think someone just sat outside there and was like, if Osimhen is coming in through, then Gyökeres is losing his starting spot at the club of Arsenal. Maybe he might think of really going to this. And I tell you, these are desktop journalists. But never say never in a transfer window. They've always said this is a mad season. You understand? It's a mad period of time where things that are really unacceptable can happen. So, not until the summer transfer window closes on the 1st of September, don't rule out such a deal. Because Barcelona might have gone ahead to understand that we might not be getting in Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez might be going into Arsenal, and they're like, we can convince Gyökeres and tell him you're not going to be a starter at the club of Arsenal, so come in and really play ball for our side, known as the Barcelona in Catalonia. You understand? Now, from all that, I have my friend called Fikma. He was like, Gyökeres cannot play at Barcelona. And I'm like, I understand, but let's flip the coin and see what exactly it stands for. And the coin means that the other side of the coin is he can play because Barcelona creates chances. And that was Mr. London in there for you. So they are contradicting. Fikma saying he cannot play at Barcelona. He cannot obviously manage the patterns of Barcelona. And Mr. London was like, he can't really play. But when you look at Arsenal fans, the game that Havertz gave them on Sunday has given them enough confidence that if he keeps himself fit, Kai Havertz is going to be the starting forward at the club of Arsenal. And Gyökeres might be the second forward or the understudy. And I'm like, I don't believe so. I believe Gyökeres is still the starting number 9 for the side of Arsenal. And I tell you, in those big games, Kai Havertz deserves to start because he has shown us that in big games, he's really big. And the game of Man City, with the stats he has against Man City, he has 7 goal involvements I think 4 goals and 3 assists when he's facing them, there is no way a manager couldn't obviously start him up. Your reactions onto this are welcome in the comment section below. Rokani David is out.